How to start investing as a woman in the US, beginner-friendly and real. You could earn $10,000 a month and still feel broke. Why? Because you haven't learned how to make your money work for you. The wealthy don't just know how to make money. They know how to keep it and make it grow. That's why this video is different. It's not get-rich-quick investment advice, but a survival roadmap to ensure you don't stay poor forever. This is part 3 of a 4-part personal finance series. If you haven't watched the introduction or the guide on earning money, check the links in the description below. Now, let's dive into the core: investing, the art of making your money generate more money. What is investing, and why must you understand it? Picture your money as an employee, working tirelessly, never complaining, never taking a day off, and generating profits 24/7. Investing is how you turn your money into a tool that works for you. But here's the danger. Most of us are taught how to spend money, not how to make it multiply on its own. Investing isn't just about picking stocks or jumping into real estate. It's a process that requires knowledge, patience, and emotional discipline. Without a strategy, investing can quickly become a game of chance. Why you need to invest. Wealth growth. A $5,000 investment growing at 8% annually will become nearly $10,800 in 10 years, doubling your money through time and the power of compound interest. Passive income. Dividends from stocks, bond interest, or rental income provide extra cash flow without direct labor. Inflation protection. If you leave $10,000 in a no-interest account, its real value will erode each year as things get more expensive. Financial freedom. The ultimate goal isn't being rich, it's about not having to work out of fear of not having enough. Smart investing helps you gradually reclaim control over your time, career, and life. Popular types of investments. Stocks. When you buy a stock, you own a tiny piece of a company. If the company thrives, the stock price rises and you can sell for a profit. Some stocks also pay dividends, sharing profits quarterly or annually. But with opportunity comes risk. If the company struggles, the stock price can plummet. Bonds. Bonds are loans you give to governments or companies. In return, they pay you interest on a fixed schedule. Bonds are safer than stocks, but offer lower returns. They're ideal for those seeking stable, low-risk investments. Real estate. Buying property to rent out or hold for appreciation is a familiar investment. Real estate can generate monthly income and increase in value over time. However, it requires significant capital and management skills. Risks include market downturns, legal issues, or unreliable tenants. ETFs and mutual funds. If picking individual stocks feels overwhelming, let experts do it for you through mutual funds or ETFs. Exchange-traded funds. These funds pool various stocks, bonds, or commodities into one package, offering diversification and lower risk. Cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others are no strangers. They're highly volatile. Your investment could double in a month or halve overnight. Crypto suits those with a high risk tolerance, market knowledge, and a willingness to lose what they invest. Commodities. Gold, silver, oil, wheat. These are globally valued assets. Often seen as safe havens during market turmoil, commodities don't generate passive income like dividends or rent, but can hold value well during inflation. High-yield savings accounts. Perfect for beginners or those prioritizing capital preservation. Some banks or digital platforms offer accounts with above-average interest rates. While returns are modest, this is a safe, flexible option to build a financial foundation. Core principles of investing. Investing isn't about one big bet. It's a series of small, consistent, disciplined decisions made at the right time. Master these principles, and you'll avoid 90% of the mistakes beginners make. Higher risk, higher expected returns, but don't be reckless. Every investment carries a level of risk. Stocks fluctuate more than bonds. Crypto swings more than stocks. If you chase assets that could jump 50% in months, know they could also drop 50% in weeks. The key isn't eliminating risk, but understanding and managing it. Ask, are you risk-averse or risk-tolerant? Then allocate your assets accordingly. Diversify. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Markets are unpredictable. A great company can face lawsuits. A prime property can be locked in disputes. Investing in just one sector, stock, or asset type is gambling with fate. Diversification minimizes losses if one area tanks. Spread your investments across industries, tech, healthcare, energy, asset types, stocks, bonds, real estate, or regions. Long-term investing wins. Time is your ally. If you invest hoping to get rich quick, emotions will trap you, fear when markets crash, greed when prices soar. But view investing as a 5, 10, or 20-year journey, and short-term fluctuations become noise. Remember, markets may crash 30% in a year, but often double over a decade. Patience is the real winner. Compound interest, the financial superpower most young people ignore. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. When you reinvest profits instead of spending them, your wealth grows exponentially, not linearly. Example, investing $1,000 monthly at an 8% annual return yields over $550,000 in 20 years, not because you're rich, but because you're consistent. Know what you're investing in. Don't follow the crowd. Golden rule: never invest in something you don't understand just because it's hot. If you don't know what a stocks company does or how it makes money, you're buying hope, not an asset. Take time to research financial reports, business models, legal factors. Even with funds, understand what they invest in, why, and if they match your risk tolerance. Long-term versus short-term investing. Who are you? This isn't just a financial question. It's about who you are, your habits, personality, and life priorities. As a woman, you're not just investing for financial security, but for mental stability and independence through life's surprises: job loss, divorce, illness, single parenting, or simply not wanting to rely on anyone. Long-term, for those seeking sustainable freedom. Long-term means holding assets for years, typically 5+ years. It's the strategy for those building wealth steadily and safely. Suits you if you have a steady income and don't need quick cash. You dislike checking market prices daily. You're planning for retirement, a home, or your kids' college. You want emotional stability, unfazed by market swings. Recommended long-term assets for women. ETFs like S&P 500 or VTI, highly diversified, low risk, tracking U.S. market growth. Roth IRA or 401k, tax-free or tax-deferred, great for women maximizing after-tax income. Rental real estate. If you have capital and management skills, it's a reliable passive income source. Dividend stocks offer both capital growth and regular cash flow. Short-term, for those wanting flexibility and control. Short-term means buying and potentially selling within weeks, months, or days. It's about seizing quick opportunities, but risks losses without discipline. Suits you if you have market tracking skills or are committed to learning them. You're single with no kids, with fewer financial ties. You set aside risk capital that won't impact your lifestyle. You're eager to experiment, learn, and accept losses as lessons. Reasonable short-term investments. Major cryptos: Bitcoin, Ethereum, high volatility, but acceptable if under 10% of your portfolio. Swing trading stocks/ETFs, for those with time to study charts and technical analysis. High-yield savings or short-term CDs, higher interest, still safe if you need liquidity in 3 to 6 months. Smart choice. Don't pick one. Blend both. Instead of long-term or short-term, ask, how can I allocate my money to fit my life? Example for a 35-year-old woman earning $70,000 per year. 60 to 70% long-term, ETFs, Roth IRA, real estate, blue-chip stocks. 10 to 20% short-term, crypto, trading, high-yield savings. 10 to 20% emergency fund, savings, insurance. You don't need to be a finance guru. You just need to be a woman who knows what she's doing with her money. How to start investing? Action, not theory. If you're a woman in the US with an average income, never taught investing growing up, you're not alone. The good news? You don't need hundreds of thousands or an MBA to start. You need three things: a clear goal, a simple plan, action now, even if tiny. 1. Start with stocks, simple and accessible. You can begin with just $50, 100/month. If you want to learn how assets work, this is the best place to grasp investing essence. Open an investment account on trusted platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Robinhood. Start with companies you understand: Apple, Costco, Target, Disney. Set up AutoInvest. $100 monthly builds habits and market experience. 2. ETFs. Invest without picking stocks. You're busy, don't want to track markets, and need a simple, effective long-term solution. Buy index ETFs like S&P 500, VOO, or Total US Market, VTI. Use apps like Vanguard, Charles Schwab, or M1 Finance. Set up monthly auto investments. No need to check daily. 3. Roth IRA. Secret weapon for women planning retirement. You're under 50, earn less than $153,000 per year, 2025, and want tax-free withdrawals later. Open a Roth IRA via Fidelity or Vanguard. Invest in ETFs like above. Contribute up to $7,000 per year, $583/month, tax-free for life upon withdrawal. 4. Real estate. No need for hundreds of thousands. You like tangible assets or want steady rental income but lack big capital. Explore platforms like Fundrise or Arrived Homes. Invest in real estate from $10, 100. With $10,000 plus, consider co-investing with friends for a rental property. This is true passive income. Your property earns while you sleep. 5. Cryptocurrency. Experiment, but stay disciplined. You're curious, accept limited risk, and only use money you can afford to lose. Use Coinbase or Kraken. Safe, transparent platforms. Stick to Bitcoin or Ethereum. Avoid obscure coins. Cap at 5 to 10% of your portfolio. Avoid FOMO and daily trading. 6. High-yield savings, your safety anchor. You want cash ready for emergencies, job loss, accidents, or stress breaks. Open an account with Ally, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, or SoFi, 4 to 5% annual interest. Keep 3 to 6 months living expenses here. Don't invest money you're afraid to lose. Park it here. Highly effective strategy, easy to remember, easy to do. 50% long-term investments, ETFs, Roth IRA. 20% flexible investments, stocks, crypto, small real estate. 20% emergency savings. 10% fun money experiment. Learn, try short-term investments. Avoid investment scams. Protect your money. Let's be real, women are often targets of investment scams, not because we're naive, but because we trust, want to do right, and are drawn to promises of 100% safety. But in investing, nothing is guaranteed. Every dollar you invest must be guarded with knowledge, vigilance, and sometimes a touch of ruthlessness. Common scams and how to spot them. High returns, no risk doesn't exist. If someone says, put in $1,000, get $2,000 next month, guaranteed, no losses, end the conversation. No one promises 100% returns without an agenda. Red flag, fixed, unusually high profit guarantees. Reality. If it's that good, they'd quietly get rich, not sell it to you. Ponzi and financial MLMs, recruitment traps. You invest, then get paid to recruit others for commissions. Your returns come from new investors, not real profits. When recruitment stops, the system collapses and you lose everything. Red flag, earnings tied to recruiting others. Reality, your money should come from markets, not friends' wallets. Hot projects, mooning coins, secret investments. On TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, investment gurus flash wealth, trading accounts, vacations, luxury cars. They say, This is a rare opportunity, don't miss out. They prey on FOMO, fear of missing out. But it's all a scripted act. Red flag, social media accounts focused on wealth flexing, vague details, rushed decisions. Reality, real investors don't rush or beguile. Fake investment apps, polished but empty. Some websites and apps mimic legitimate platforms, but once you deposit, you can't withdraw. Red flag, no U.S. licensing, unclear ownership, no real customer support. Reality, verify licenses, read real user reviews, start with minimal deposits. How women can protect their money. Talk to experienced people. Don't decide in the dark. One call with a knowledgeable person can save thousands. Research before investing. Check Google, Reddit, FINRA, Better Business Bureau. Don't trust anyone without verifiable traces. Limit risk. For new or trendy investments, use under 5% of your assets. Never dip into emergency funds, borrow, or risk financial security for a whim. Have an exit plan. Every investment needs a when to stop and how to withdraw strategy. Losing sleep over an investment isn't worth it. Protecting your money isn't cowardice, it's the intelligence of a mature woman. The right mindset for investing, especially for women. We live in an era where financial freedom is a buzzword. But if you're paying off student loans, living paycheck to paycheck, or newly divorced, investing can sound distant, even intimidating. Truth? You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start, to rely less on others, worry less, and feel less powerless over your own money. Key mindsets. Investing isn't gambling, it's a learnable skill. If you've managed a household, raised kids, or juggled multiple tasks, you're capable of mastering money. You just haven't been taught the right way yet. Investing complements earning. It makes your efforts worth more. $1 saved smartly can become 10 in a decade. But if you spend every cent monthly, you're working a lifetime without keeping anything for yourself. No good or bad female investor, only those who know their path. Even investing $100 monthly, with consistency, self-awareness, and risk management, puts you ahead of 80% of people out there. Actionable steps. Open an investment account. $50 is enough to start. Schedule automatic transfers. Don't let monthly emotions dictate decisions. Ask. Learn. Be curious. Question. Research. Don't hand your future to anyone, not even a spouse, partner, or family. Find a trusted friend, share your plan, and hold each other accountable. A message just for you. You don't need anyone's permission to become a financially independent woman. You just need to start. Step by step. Quietly. With clarity and determination. Don't invest out of fear of missing out. Invest because you know what you're doing. If you're still here, you're not just a casual viewer. You're a woman ready to shift, not just in finance, but in mindset and lifestyle. At Rich Girl Shift, we don't preach get rich quick. We learn to understand money, keep it, and use it to gain choices in career, relationships, and your future. So, if this resonates with what you're seeking, like this video, let YouTube know this content deserves to spread. Subscribe, get a clear, actionable step toward financial progress every week. Turn on notifications. The next video will share even more strategies,